It's Wrestling Observer Live, and we're live 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Sundays with that delightful Andrew Zarian. I forget, when is he on? Is he on 3 and 6? Yes, Sundays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. Those lucky bastards with their late hours. How I loathe them. And Saturdays, the early shift, before anything cool happens. 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, with me, Jim Valley, the fucking king of recovery.
Oh, that's the most exciting type of valley.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot.
Back! You know why? Because there's like 3 different WWE storylines. We'll talk about that later. Happening right now. Because of the fans.
Each and every one of you.
The largest collection of STD having trailer park trash The Rock has ever seen.
You all fat, neck-bearded, mouth-breathing trolls.
They don't have adrenaline in their soul.
Well, of course, we have this one.
All you do is be hurtful. All you are is abusive. And all you've ever done is bully me into being your damn puppet and expected me to do it with a smile on my face.
And now, we have this one.
Oh, I do. I miss being in the ring, but it's weird. I like myself more, and I didn't understand what I was saying, but now I do because I wasn't captured by all of you. No, I didn't have to listen to you tell me who I am and what I'm about. I didn't have to listen to all of your lies. The same lies that I hear repeated from the one person that I had hoped for in this business. I didn't have to.
You can tell. The fans are thrilled. You can tell by their what chants there. They're enthralled. We'll get into that in a little bit. But we've got other things to talk about. We got SmackDown. We've got Collision Spring Breakout. The NWA Crockett Cup and overnight Best of the Super Juniors. Night 5. We've got a lot of things to cover today. But I want to let you know something. You may have noticed that this is not a radio show today. This is just you and me talking. That's why today I'm the fucking king of recovery and not the effing king of recovery. So last night I could not sleep. I have not slept all night. And I wish I could sit here and tell you I was up all night for fun reasons, but I just couldn't sleep. It was just simple, boring insomnia. I probably look like shit, don't I? Do I look that? I don't look that good anyway, but I guess I look okay. I did bring sunglasses just in case I had dark circles under my eyes. But when you look this bad all the time, does it really matter? Anyway, yeah, I took a nap too late in the day yesterday. And then I just couldn't sleep. So I didn't want to do the radio show today because I just didn't feel like, hang on, what is this? Can I get rid of that? Hang on 1 second. I gotta get rid of this. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. All right. Had to get rid of somebody who was posting spam. Sorry about that. Anyway, where was I? Couldn't sleep. I didn't feel like I wanted to do a radio show today with hard breaks. And actually, I came this close to not doing a show at all today. But I was like, you know what? Promise to a show. I would deliver a show. I just felt like, I don't know. I didn't want to do the radio show today and have to do hard breaks and fill hard times, if you will. But so I just figured I could come on here, do the show on the website, and then I can go as long as I want and then shut the F up. So that is my plan. So no commercial breaks, no copyrighted music, no nothing. Just you and me today. And I'm flying by the seat of my pants. In the chat, I'm glad someone brought this up. King of Hueco Mundo says SmackDown was full of botches and sloppy matches. That referee botch pin count in the Ray Phoenix match was just ridiculous. Yeah, Charles Robinson, I don't know what he was doing. I'm glad you felt the same way because I was feeling the same way about SmackDown, that it was kind of sloppy, but yet for some reason, the Greensboro crowd, for like every match, yelled, "This is awesome." I'm like, no, it's not. It's kind of average. It's passable. It's fine. That one sounds like Max Caster. It's fine. One that doesn't quite fit. Anyway, I thought Greensboro used to be the pro wrestling capital of the world. The audience that was seeing so much wrestling, that they were a discerning audience. But oh my God, they were chanting, "This is awesome," like I think it literally every match. And the matches were fine, but awesome is not the word I would use. But wow, I was like, what in the hell happened to Greensboro? What happened to y'all? Where'd y'all go? Don't you like wrestling no more? The hell was that? Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm very sorry, John. But yeah, no Reagan Gold ads today. No Big Lou. Just Medium Jim. So, the king of Waco Media says, Waco Mundo says, I think WWE's paying people to stand in the crowd and cheer when spots like this happen. I did not. Anyway, you want to do SmackDown? Let's get into SmackDown here. Hang on real quick. My notes on SmackDown. So it opens up. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Jeff Cobb came out. Oh, by the way, my name is now JV Mateo. His new name is JC Mateo. For the first part of the show, they just called him JC. I mean, they acknowledged his past. That he was in the Olympics, that he medaled, or that he was in the Olympics for Guam, that he wrestled in Japan and Lucha Underground, and was a former TV champion and tag team champion. So I guess technically they acknowledged who he was. But look, that's something WWE has always done. I would point to you recently. We had the Dark Side of the Ring on Tony Atlas. And they talked about when he was Saba Simba. Well, they came out and said, oh, he's Tony Atlas. Well, now he's Saba Simba. And that was it. Iron Sheik, when he was Colonel Mustafa, he came out. They said, that's the Iron Sheik. Well, now he's known as Colonel Mustafa. And he's now Colonel Mustafa. So it's not unusual. WWE's done that for years and years and years. Hey, Robite, 831. Anyway, they've done that forever. So it's not unusual that they've done this with Jeff Cobb. And it's like, sometimes they let you keep your name, sometimes they don't. And I can't explain the pattern. I don't know. Anyway, Solo Sikoa came out. And he's going to qualify and win Money in the Bank. Get that WWE title. Sorry. Anyway, talked about how Roman hurt the family by losing the title. And then Jacob Fatu took the mic himself from Solo. And you can tell, obviously, they're building up friction with Solo and Jacob. Sorry about that. I need to super hydrate. So good coughing. Anyway, they're clearly building that. Jacob Fatu took the mic, talked himself up, and then Solo tried to steal Jacob's chant that he does at the end, and they both kind of did it. And then Solo started approaching Jacob, talking about how he's changed, and how he's changed, and he doesn't say the things like he used to. And he used to, say, I love you, Solo. And Jacob sort of said, I love you, Solo, but without much enthusiasm. And Solo acknowledged that. And while they were simmering at each other, LA Knight's music hit. LA Knight came from behind, attacked them all, mainly JC, and then ran off. Backstage, Michin said she was going to win tonight. And then BFAB says winning Money in the Bank will help them win the tag titles. Then Chelsea Green and the Secret Hervis appeared. Chelsea, I don't know, she talks so fast, something Trumpish, like she's going to lower interest rates to help the Secret Hervis, and, kind of sounding like, Trump stuff. Anyway, Alexa Bliss then appeared, kind of very sheepishly walked up and said, see you out there, and walked toward the ring. So we got Chelsea Green, Michin, and Alexa Bliss in a Money in the Bank qualifier match. The crowd chanted, this is awesome. Even Joe Tessitore put it over as an amazing athletic contest. It was a match. They kept Michin out of the match quite a bit. And I don't know. I don't know. Michin should be better than what she is. She's been on national TV for years, and she just doesn't really improve. Anyway, Alexa Bliss gave Michin a DDT. Terrible sell job by Michin. She looked more I don't know. It was just bad. Then she hit Chelsea Green, Sister Abigail, pins Chelsea. 1, 2, 3. Alexa Bliss is going to Money in the Bank. Yeah, she did look small compared to the other women. Yeah, she looks very lean. I mean, God bless her. She's showing her stomach. She's very lean. She looks great. For having a baby, nothing but respect for Alexa Bliss. Then we had Fraxium versus DIY. It started out very sloppy. Fraxium missed their octopus hold thing they do, and it went badly. But then it eventually picked up and got better. And the crowd again chanted, this is awesome. And it definitely was very high-flying and very fun. And look, Fraxium is new. I feel like they're very nervous. And, I'm going to cut them some slack. But they also did this spot where Gargano was down. He was outside the ring. He wasn't the legal man. He was down on the floor, and he was climbing back up into position. He grabbed the middle. He grabbed the rope. And was it? I forget who went over. One of them did. Anyway, one of Fraxium went over the top. And it looked, it was Axiom because he was going for a springboard. He grabs the middle rope, he misses the springboard and falls. And I had to go back and look at the spot because in real time, it looked like a botch because Gargano just kind of climbed up and grabbed it. And I guess that's for plausible deniability, but he should have been a little more, sneakier, a little more animated to show that he was doing it. But it was intentional, but it came off looking like a botch. But eventually, look, they started to cook and the crowd did chant, "This is awesome." So a very forgiving crowd in Greensboro. Gargano went for a pin. Axiom turned it into that Rey Mysterio cradle. Roll up 1, 2, 3. Fraxium has now won 4 straight matches on SmackDown. Backstage, Andrade came up to Phoenix. He's ready for Money in the Bank, Phoenix is. Solo, Jacob, and JC Mateo asked, "Where is LA Knight?" They're looking for him because he attacked them. So no sign yet of LA Knight, which we'll play into later. Backstage still, Street Profits, who looked gigantic next to Fraxium. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my gosh. I mean, they talk about how, they looked gigantic next to Fraxium. Fraxium looked so tiny. Anyway, they got a tag team match next week. Tag team titles. Street Profits against Fraxium. Sit down interview. Wade Barrett sat down with R-Truth. God damn it. Anyway. And R-Truth is convinced that the man at the press conference wasn't John Cena. Because the John Cena he knows wouldn't do all those things. And Wade Barrett was like, "You helped John win over Randy Orton." And he was like, "No, John won." And anyway, he says at Saturday night's main event, he's going to beat John Cena back to his senses. Now look, I've watched wrestling for a while. Chances are if you're here, you've watched wrestling for a while. And I always like to see what other people are thinking, get some perspective. I went on Reddit, and one of the wrestling forums on Reddit, I don't even know which one. Anyway, and people are actually believing that this is going to be a competitive match. Like, are you 3? Are you watching wrestling in your mother's womb? The guy who brings the ladder into the Royal Rumble to win Money in the Bank, he's not beating any sense into John Cena. He's going to be the sacrificial lamb. John Cena's going to destroy him quickly. And then maybe somebody else is going to come out and there's going to lead to some angle. Maybe Cody. Who knows? Randy Orton again. I don't know. Somebody will. I'm like, R-Truth is not going to do anything. But it'll be fun. It's a good match. They have a lot of history, obviously. So, I mean, it's a perfect Saturday night's main event match. But it's not going to be long. Aleister Black has sort of a slightly improved entrance. His name now lights up on the sideboards as he walks by. So it's like his name, as he walks forward, there's his name behind him. Looks pretty cool. Aleister Black and Carmelo Hayes. They went back and forth. So So Aleister Black looks great. He's obviously leaner. I think it's apparent he's happier in WWE, but dude, sell for Carmelo Hayes. He sells like he's a giant. And he's not a giant. Like, it's so hard to take Aleister Black off his feet. I'm like, dude, you're not that big. Somebody sit that guy down. You're not Undertaker. Sell. I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, it ended when Black was going for Black Mass. Miz interfered, hit Black from behind. Aleister Black laid out Miz with the Black Mass. Mello hit the nothing but net on Black. Stand tall at the end of the match. So we'll see what happens. Alexa Bliss, they interviewed her. She wants to win Money in the Bank. Be the first Money in the Bank winner 2 times. So suddenly she was talking to Byron. She goes, Byron, excuse me. She walks down the hall and walks up to Charlotte. And again, it's like you see all of Charlotte standing there and like Alexa Bliss's head because she's tiny. And she walks up to Charlotte outside of Nick Aldis's office. And, you know, she'd offered to be friends, be tag team partners, and all that good stuff. And Charlotte's like, Alexa's like, you were so nice to me in NXT, and I guess I've never forgotten that. Charlotte's like, well, I don't remember that. And she goes, I don't need you. And Bliss says, keep telling yourself that. And as they're staring at each other, Julia walks out of the office wearing blue appropriately. And Julia is now on SmackDown. What is she, the insane beauty? Beautiful insanity. So suddenly Triple H's nicknames are like from New Japan. The Intelligent Monster, like Bruiser Brody. The Miracle Violence Connection. And Beautiful Insanity. Damian Priest, here's a video. He's stuck in the Drew McIntyre vortex. Dude is definitely online. Chris Jericho vortex. Chris Jericho vortex. So now WWE's even co-opted that. So good for them. Anyway, Drew McIntyre addresses Damian Priest challenge. They'll face off in a cage match at Saturday night's main event. So, and Drew promises one man is leaving on a stretcher. So, didn't say which man though. Money in the Bank qualifier. Solo Sikoa pinned Phoenix after the spike. He hit Big Jim with a spike and Phoenix. Big Jim was outside of the ring. And then Phoenix did one move, was bragging about it, was like, hey, look at me, and then turns around, gets caught with the spike. Phoenix needs new gear. It's like, he could be Dragon Lee with that gear. He could be anybody with that gear. His gear, his brother's gear, super distinctive. He comes out, that's Penta. And it's like, Phoenix is just wearing red. Okay? He needs a distinct look. So people know that's Phoenix. And it's like, because it's just all red, you can't see the detail or anything. It's like, he needs a look. Anyway, so LA Knight came out and attacked everybody again. Solo and JC, and really focused on JC. So Nick Aldis came out, made the match. LA Knight versus JC Mateo. And Jeff Cobb, he's got that barrel chest, that stocky build. And He's a powerhouse. He's a great athlete. Nothing but respect for Jeff Cobb. But he's wearing this black t-shirt and black pants. And the t-shirt made it look like he had this big beer belly. And he doesn't have a beer belly. It was just unflattering. Later in the match, I think he took it off and he had a tank top on, and that was better. But the loose-fitting black t-shirt did not work for him. Crowd didn't really know what to make of it. They picked up after JC hit the standing moonsault. They were like, all right, this guy's got something. So Knight hit a springboard crossbody onto Solo and Fatu outside. So he was getting ready to launch himself over the top rope, and he does it into the arms of JC. JC catches him, tour of the islands, and a pin on LA Knight. It's good. I think the crowd finally got the idea of who JC Mateo is. And again, they were talking about him being in Japan, Lucha Underground, being a TV champion. So they're acknowledging his past as well as WWE does. Backstage, Legado de Fantasma. Nobody has seen Berto since he walked out. Not returning calls or texts went by his house. Nothing. Well, Santos tells Angel he has a big opportunity coming up, but Angel, who's been very loyal, needs to find Berto. One of those cool Nakamura videos where he speaks Japanese and they subtitle it dark and everything. He's going to bring down LA Knight, and he doesn't fear Aleister Black. So next week, Black and Nakamura and LA Knight in a Money in the Bank qualifier. So, who's interfering? Is it going to be Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu? Or is it going to be Miz and Aleister Black? Who is it? I don't know. We shall, but somebody is. You know that they are. Tiffany and Jade were backstage. Jade wants the title, and Tiffany says, look, Jade may be good enough to win your qualifying match. Maybe even good enough to win Money in the Bank, but you will never cash in as long as I'm champion. And Naomi it's like a long room. Naomi was lurking in the back. She was there, but you have to look for her. But she was there, and you're like, what is she doing? Is she going to attack Jade? Anyway, Tiffany in the main event defends the title against Nia Jax. This was Tiffany and Nia Jax. And again, I believe that the crowd chanted, this is awesome. I was like, look, glad they're having a good time. Glad they're loving it. That's great. But maybe not awesome. But hey, they loved it. Good for them. Anyway, match goes on. Naomi comes out, and she's got a chair because she wants the title. And she was promised to be next. She thinks she's next. Something about next. Anyway, Jade ran out, kicked Naomi, chased after her. Nia hits a Samoan drop on the desk. Then she puts Tiffany back in the ring. Tried for the Annihilator, but Tiffany, after taking a Samoan drop on the desk, and it's the new reinforced desk, so it didn't break, Tiffany stands up. Now, this was AEW. You know. Anyway, Tiffany stood up, tried for a powerbomb. It was awkward. Nia fell down on top of her. So she basically did an awkward annihilator on her anyway. And right at the 3, Tiffany grabbed the rope. Nia Jax thinks she won, grabs the belt. And then she grabs Naomi's chair, brings it in the ring. Tiffany drop kicked it, hit a second prettiest moonsault. Earlier she had won, and they made a big deal about Nia Jax being the first person to ever kick out of the prettiest moonsault ever. So she hit the prettiest moonsault, got the pin, and retained the title. Now, on social, Nia Jax is showing pictures where she got busted open with the chair, with the drop kick in the chair. Someone says Tiffany is not ready to be champion. Been lacking in her promo skills. Then I think her voice helps. She is green, to be sure, but I don't know. I'm sure she sells lots of merch, and people are very impressed by her. So, same people that chanted, "This is awesome," I guess. I don't know. It is what it is. Look, if they're having fun watching wrestling, it's fine by me. I'm not going to rain on their parade. Let's see, we got Beach Breakout? Beach Break? Spring Beach Break? Anyway, it's Collision tonight. Fun match with AR Fox and Kyle Fletcher. Obviously, come on. Lots of crazy spots, lots of fun spots. Fun match. Definitely a good match. Also on Collision, Megan Bayne pinned Anna Jay. Oops, spoiler. I didn't mean to read that. I'm going off my notes. I won't do that again. That's not really a surprise. I will tell you, this match was a little sloppy. Kind of an awkward finish. So, anyway, I'm not going to worry about that. Nigel McGuinness has his announcement if he's going to wrestle FTR along with Daniel Garcia at Double or Nothing. They do a very nice tribute to Steve McMichael. There is a surprise. Who shows up? One of the couple of the Four Horsemen. They had a 6-man tag team match that was very fun. Brody King, Ishii, and Bandito with Rocky Romero, Trent Beretta, and Lance Archer. A lot of fun. Lots of action. You're going to love it. Maybe the best match on the show. Speedball Mike Bailey took on Blake Christian again. Blake Christian makes everybody look like $1,000,000. That's a great match. So Bailey's been on fire. Also, Mike Bailey's got something to say tonight. So I'll leave it at that. The Chicago Street Fight, Big Bill, Brian Keith, and the Gates of Agony. Another crazy fun brawl. Again, that's a great match. Tons of weapons. Tons and tons of weapons. So that's a lot of fun. Also, I believe the main event is the Sons of Texas, I should say. Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes face the Crew, maybe it's just Crew, Lio Rush and Action Andretti. And the winner challenges for the AEW World Championship at the pay-per-view. So, that Double or Nothing. Then there's also Powerhouse Hobbs versus Wheeler Yuta. So, there's lots of matches, lots of fun matches. So, there you go. And also, if you follow Ring of Honor, they do a Lucha Libre Trios match. CMLL, Atlantis Jr., Neon, and Fuego taking on Cavernario, Hechicero, and Volador Jr. This was not everything I wanted it to be. I'll say that. And I don't know if the crowd was tired or just didn't know everybody, but they were, it was okay. I wanted it to be better. I do agree in the chat that the Gates of Agony are underrated, and I'm glad they're getting more time on the main shows. They deserve it. I would say this, you don't want to be called the Timu bloodline or anything like that. I would discourage them from wearing black. Much like I talked about Mariah May not wearing pink. Just like people talk about, it was it being, it's, shoot. Oh God, I'm so bad with names these days. The one who dresses like Daphne. I've only seen her since she was in Stardom. She was B. Priestley's partner. Who is it? Anyway, I can't think of her now. It's one of my favorites. Anyway, you just want to avoid being part of, being considered a copycat of someone in WWE. So I would just say that. I do agree Speedball Mike Bailey is really freaking cool. So he's been great in AEW, I think. I think he's been amazing. We got the Crockett Cup tonight. So we got the Crockett Cup finals, which is yet to be determined. Got Tom Latimer versus Rhino and Colby Corino, 3-way for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, which makes a lot of sense when you're in the 2300 arena. Also, NWA Women's Championship, Natalya versus Kenzie Page. TVMA taking on the Island Twins, tag team match. Jay Bradley taking on Wrecking Ball Legursky in a chain match. I love that Billy Corgan has these retro names. Wrecking Ball Legursky. Thrillbilly Silas Mason takes on Hammerstone in a singles match. Kylie Page takes on Natalia Markova in a no limits match. Carson Bartholomew Drake versus Brian Idol for the NWA World Television Championship. Mims takes on Max the Impaler for the National Heavyweight Championship. So, pretty packed show as far as all of that is concerned. I mean, it'll be fun. It's really too bad about the pandemic hurting the weekly Crockett shows, the weekly NWA shows. And then that ill-advised cocaine angle. That was definitely a forced error. But looks like a good show, and hopefully they'll do well at the old ECW arena tonight, the 2300 arena tonight for the Crockett Cup. Also last night, it was the Best of the Super Juniors, night 5. In the B block, El Desperado defeated Mao. A block, Dragon Dia defeated Hiromu Takahashi. Kevin Knight defeated Nick Wayne. Interesting match. Kushida defeated Fujita. Titan defeated Ishimori. Clark Connors defeated Robbie X. Sho defeated Robbie Eagles. Kanemaru defeated Francesco Akira. And Taguchi defeated Yo, which surprised me a little bit. I'll tell you what, Taguchi, I feel like he's kind of, had his day. But my God, that guy's a wrestling genius. He is just a wrestling genius. That guy can take any match, any situation, and make it cool. He's genius. Then Master Wato defeated Ninja Mac. So Fujita and Dragon Dia still on top of the A block with 6 points each. And then Nick Wayne, Taguchi, and Titan all on top of the B block with a three-way tie with 6 points each. So we shall see about all of that. Well, I'm going longer than I expected. Yeah, Tom Latimer looks great. Someone's talking about Sabu. Yeah, it's very sad about Sabu. Speaking of Sabu, Fumi Saito was very good friends with Sabu. He knew him for over 30 years. Matter of fact, he even went to the Sheik's house with Sabu in Detroit, or in Lansing rather. But we did over an hour, all on Sabu, and some background with the Sheik, which is timely considering they did Dark Side of the Ring on the Sheik at Farhad. So definitely listen to the latest Pacific Rim. Also, a couple of things. Fumi has Sabu's correct birthday. Everybody's saying he was 60. He wasn't 60. Also, Sabu had influences that he took to create the Sabu character and the Sabu style. And Fumi lists those influences that made Sabu. And when he says them, you'll go. Somebody on social heard that and he goes, it was all right there in front of our face the whole time. So it's an interesting concoction. So I would definitely, an interesting concoction of wrestlers that Sabu borrowed from to create Sabu. So if you are a Sabu fan, or just like history, check out the latest Pacific Rim. It's great. It's super good. So, yeah, Fumi was really good friends with Sabu. Sometimes we'd be hanging out and you get texts or messages from Sabu. So, yeah. Yeah, someone says Sabu and Hayabusa, two of my favorites. Yeah, Hayabusa was awesome. But please listen to Pacific Rim. Well, kids, if you haven't been around for very long, I've been doing this show since 2019. Obviously, I took some time off when I was sick, but you know, depending on how you count, it's been 6 years or it's been about 5 years. And they didn't have a Saturday show when I took it over. And I'm like, are people going to care? Are people going to listen? And the answer is sometimes. Maybe not as much as they used. Anyway, one of the first shows I did that got traction was, do you remember 2019? They pushed Seth Rollins as the top babyface. And Seth Rollins, Kobe Lopez, credit to the wrestling industry. But the problem, I think, and the problem even now, is that they haven't always booked Colby and Seth Rollins to be strong. You know, he's lost a lot. And I think they think he's bulletproof and has that cage match with Bray Wyatt proved. He's not bulletproof. So they dumped Seth Rollins being the top guy. And suddenly, Seth Rollins turned heel. And I mentioned, it was Christmas time. Talked about I feel bad for Seth Rollins. He's not going to have a good holiday. He's so sad. And I feel bad for him because we have ruined his holiday. He will not have a good holiday because of us, because we rejected him, and he is dejected. And that's where the whole because of the fans thing came from. It came from this promo.
Each and every one of you.
And the whole because of the fan things. And I'm just wondering, I wondered, why is it always because of the fans? I thought to myself, Vince is getting up there and forgetful. Does he just not remember? Do they take turns? The writers. They got a room of 50 writers. And do they just take turns each and every week? Oh, it's your turn to say because of the fans. No, it's my turn. No, you said because of the fans last week. They get in the room. All the writers. Vince was there. Hey guys, we need an idea for Seth Rollins. Somebody in the back meekly stands up, says, because of the fans. And the writer's room uproars with applause. Thunderous applause. Vince shakes his head. Yes, that's some good stuff. Good stuff, pal. Because of the fans. And now, it seems like those are the good old days when they waited a few months for because of the fans. But right now, as we speak, we have count them, 3 simultaneous storylines happening because of the fans.
Each and every one of you.
Count them off. John Cena, Charlotte, and now Becky Lynch.
Spin my wheels trying to prove myself that I wasn't what you say I am, but that all changes because from now on, whatever you say I am, I am. So I'm selfish? Yes, I am. I'm greedy? Yes, I am. I'm cutthroat? Yes, I am. And all those girls in the back that were happy I was gone, that thought it was safe because the fire had gone out of Becky Lynch, well, they're finally gonna realize what it's like to be held down by the man.
So you can see by the what. Crowd's really into it. The crowd always buys these because of the fans. And technically, if you want to get into it, we've got 4 because of the fans. Because we have The Rock.
Each and every one of you.
The largest collection of STD having trailer park trash.
Because he took away everything from everybody. Because you don't deserve it. Because you booed him. Because you took away his match with Roman Reigns. I don't know how many writers they have. Is Triple H too busy working on entrances? We have 4, 2 in the main event, 2 of the top women, 4 storylines on top, 4 that are because of the fans. Someone says Cena's because of the fans. Made sense and made it work. It would have worked 15 years ago. You can't say because of the fans when you've got a super popular show on HBO Max. You can't say because of the fans when you're the voice of countless freaking commercials. You can't say because of the fans when you're like China's favorite actor. You know what put you there? The fans. Where is the quality control on this? I mean, I could see it. I mean, Vince was every few months because of the fans. Now it's like every other week because of the fans. As you heard by Becky Lynch, nobody buys it. So what's going to happen now? Poor little Rue, Becky and Seth Rollins' daughter, she's going to grow up hating us. Those fans that made them millionaires, the business that brought them together. Because of the fans. They're only millionaires. Because of the fans, they have buses, worldwide fame, merchandising deals, long entrances, short matches, no more house shows, high ticket prices, all because of the fans. Why? Because of the fans. Why couldn't Becky Lynch wait for a while and build up some tension with Lyra? Get jealous. Lyra shows her up. And then she gets mad and wants to do something. That is more in the line of the Becky Hogan or whatever they're going for here. I saw, again, like to see what people think. And looking on Reddit, and people were like, oh, let her cook. I'm down with this, Becky. I'm like, she's cooking the exact same meal that John Cena is, that Charlotte is, and that The Rock is. Do I smell what The Rock is cooking? Yes, because there's 3 other dishes that are exactly the same. It's always because of the fans. It's so funny. Because on one hand, the marketing is, then, now, together, forever. The WWE universe. We're all as one. And then you've got the biggest superstars in the company going, you suck. My life is miserable because of you. You ruined it for me. But the company motto, Kumbaya, Kumbaya. Sport entertainment, Kumbaya. Someone's hitting someone with a chair. Kumbaya. Oh, Paul. Kumbaya. Does no one say, hey, we did that last week? Nobody. And look, I realize that the fans have kind of taken over on some of those reactions. But you're in charge. You guys are in charge. If you ask Triple H about his wrestling philosophy, you'll say the fans don't dictate the match. And they shouldn't. But why then do you turn around and let the fans dictate 4 simultaneous storylines? Because of the fans, because of the fans, because of the fans. And who's getting paid for this? Writers making 6 figures. Because of the fans, because of the fans, because of the fans, because of the fans. That'll be $150,000, please. Thank you. How many more are we going to get? It's always because of the fans. And nobody backstage went, we've already done this. We've already done it. Oh yeah, we did it yesterday. You know, they have agents to make sure that matches don't have the same spots or the same finishes. Everybody's coordinated, but somehow these storylines got through. And you know what? It's your fault. Because of the fans. We love our fans, the WWE Universe. But all of our biggest stars hate your fucking guts. It is. It's heel turn 101. Everyone does it. And now, literally everyone is doing it. I'm just dumbfounded. I'm dumbfounded at the lack of quality control. I'm also dumbfounded that, you know, fans are just like, oh yeah, Becky's now turned on us. That's cool. John Cena's turned on us. That's cool. Charlotte's turned on us. Yes, Charlotte and Tiffany. Because of the fans. And know what? Now listen. Everyone listening, please. If you are part of the WWE Universe and you go to Raws, SmackDowns, pay-per-views, I need you to do me a favor. Please. Please, please, please. Please do not boo Cody Rhodes. Please. I do not want a Cody because of the fans. Cody sort of in AEW did, in spite of the fans. At least that's a twist on it. It's just, yeah, someone goes, Joseph Myers in the chat goes, it's because the writers are unoriginal and the wrestlers aren't able to utilize their own character building skills. It's just because of the fans. Each and every one of you. That is a good point. You're right. In real life, Billy Ann mentions, in real life, yeah, Rock has been pushing for Cody to turn heel, but Cody refused. Thank you, Cody. Thank you. Thank you for not doing that and giving us that. Because of the fans promo, but I just feel like it's coming. Doesn't it feel like at some point it's coming? It's just always because of the fans. Well, I have a show, thankfully, because of the fans. Anyway, all right, kids. You got this billion and billion-dollar company with dozens of writers, so many veterans on the crew who could pull storylines we haven't seen in years from other eras. But instead, we get 4 times because of the fans.
All you do is be hurtful. All you are is abusive. And all you've ever done is bully me into being your damn puppet and expected me to do it with a smile on my face.
By the way, John Cena loves Vince McMahon, but hates you. Think about that for a second. Whose head did I shit on? All right. Well, we'll be back next week, and we'll see who's going to blame us again. I don't blame him. After all, we go to ambulance chasing lawyers, use Cricket wireless burner phones, and wipe our fat asses with dude wipes. Who wouldn't hate us? We suck. We're the worst. It's always because of the fans. Always because of the fans. So, anyway, I'll see you. Oh, and you don't wear deodorant either. You stink. You stink. You buy burner phones. You go to ambulance chasing lawyers. You eat at Sonic or Burger King. Not in McDonald's, no. No, not McDonald's. Maybe Subway. They advertise, don't they? I think so. Oh, and you drink the Broke Dick Prime Energy drink, which is on sale right now at Grocery Outlet. So, you losers. Oh, by the way, then, now, together, forever. Love you, mean it. Except our wrestlers hate you. But other than that, everything's fine. Yeah, WWE should release a Because of You fans shirt now. By the way, the hashtag. It's hashtag because of the fans. You suck. Losers. You're Cricket wireless. Gotta cross the railroad tracks to go to Cricket Wireless. Can't even wipe properly. Gotta use dude wipes. Play cell phone games all the time. You don't use deodorant. No wonder they hate you. Oh, but it's together forever. Company loves you. Our talent hates you. So, there we go. Anyway. Oh, no, Conan will not book because of the fans heel turn. Conan only books Invasion Angles, where he's the leader. Also, congratulations finally on that US TV deal. Anyway. All right, kids. It was fun. I just chatted. I've had no sleep, so I think I filled some time. God, I went like an hour. That's crazy. Well, you have a good... Did you guys like... Hey, let me ask you this real quick before I go. Did you guys like SmackDown? Was it bad? I see a lot of people in the chat saying it was bad. I thought it was kind of sloppy, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, these are good matches. AR Fox is good. With Fletcher, obviously. Sammy Death with Crew is fun. The Texas match, Texas Death match. The street fight is great. There's a lot of good matches tonight. No, like big major stars, but there are a lot of good matches. So, definitely, it's worth your time. It's a fun show. Not a star-studded show, but definitely a fun show with some good wrestling. So, anyway, I appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend. And we'll talk to you next week, as always, because of the fans.
Each and every one of you.
The largest collection of STD having trailer park trash The Rock has ever seen.
You all fat, neck-bearded, mouth-breathing trolls.
They don't have adrenaline in their soul. All you do is be hurtful. All you are is abusive. And all you've ever done is bully me into being your damn puppet and expected me to do it with a smile on my face.
All right. There we go. I'm going to stop that. All right. Oh, the FTR. Yeah, they're because of the fans, too. But, WWE's got 4 of them. I expect there to be because of the fans. There's always because of the fans. 1, okay, but 4 simultaneously. That's some pretty bad quality control. So, all right, guys, thanks for being here. I will talk to you later. Appreciate it. All right, man. Bye. What did I do there? Oops, hang on. Old man Jim working the computer. All right. Thanks, guys.